our sports anchor for this morning, talking about Ike, the award-winning sports journalist. Well, ABS is really going places. What do you have for us this morning? Well, Solution FC seems to be...
Of course, it has to be top on the agenda. Anambra State Club doing well. Yeah. The first match of the season, draw against Calabar Rovers. They went far away to Lagos, lost 4-0, and they came back, they rejigged. A lot of things started happening. They won at home, First Bank, went away, defeated Gateway FC, and of course followed that up again with another win. That was against Kun Khalifat, and then they went to Abakaliki on Saturday and also got a draw. So they are rising now, and that's what we want to hear, that
that's
we are moving
really,
forward.
That's really good. Well, you have a whole lot for us. You can take it off from there.
Right, of course, a very good morning to you. Many thanks for joining us for Sports Splash on ABS TV. The headlines on the show, like we told you, Solution FC secures valuable points against Abakaliki FC. Dynamic Sports Academy of Aguluzi was set to hold a football scouting and screening program. Also, we'll tell you about Yannick Sena and Madison Keys. The first Grand Slam of the year has come to an end, and these two have done something extraordinary. We'll also be telling you what went down in athletics, Formula One, international football news, and result service of league matches across Western Europe on the sports show. It is Sports Splash. Let's begin with our first story. Our first story is from the grassroots scene. Just last week, we talked about Manu Garuba coming to Anambra State for a scouting program for footballers, young and upcoming footballers of the age of under 17. And of course, that one came to an end. And now we'll have another one coming up. This time around, it is starting today. Let's tell you that Dynamic Sports Academy of Aguluzi is set to hold a week-longer football scouting program for talented players in anticipation of the 2025 summer tour of selected countries in Europe. The talent hunt and scouting program for players between the ages of 15 to 20 years is expected to hold from Monday 27th January to Saturday the 31st of January 2025 at the Nero Stadium, Nanka, Anambra State, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the successful selected ones are expected to embark on a summer tour to 3 Scandinavian countries of Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, as well as Spain. And according to the team manager of a Dynamic Sports Academy, Coach Donatus Ezoka, for the 6 invited the football clubs and academies are Kara FC of Lagos, Miracle FC of Aba, we'll have Francex United of Lagos, we'll have Sporting FC of Lagos, we'll have Tiki Taka FC of Abuja, and Mahaniam FC of Abuja. And the football administrator informed that invitations are also extended to interested teams and individual players within the state and beyond. The 6-day football screening exercise that provides a platform for international football scouts in the country and beyond to discover and bring to limelight amazing talent with a view of inking contractor for professional football clubs in Europe. It also disclosed that the scouting program has the recognition and approval of the Anambra State Football Association. So that one is starting today at the Nero Stadium, Nanka. And I told you 6 clubs were invited, according to Donatus Ezoka, who is in charge of a Dynamic Sports Academy, and will be bringing you up to the very latest. Players of 15 to 20 years are needed for that one, and it's opportunity for them to sign professional contracts for football clubs in Europe. We'll be watching out for that, and we told you there will be a summer tour for countries in Europe. Scandinavians will have Norway, and then Norway is one of the countries, Denmark is one of it, and Sweden, and finally Spain. Let's move away from that now. Let's talk about Solution Football Club of Anambra State. Let's tell you that Solution FC of Anambra State has secured a valuable point on the road in one of the match day 7 fixtures of the ongoing 2024-2025 Nigeria National League season, played on Saturday, the 25th of January 2025 at the Park Ngele Oruta Abakaliki Township Stadium, Ebonyi State. The technical crew, led by Cameroonian tactician Emmanuel Dorcha, retained the same starting 11 that defeated Kun Kalifat FC on match day 6, except for Goodluck Obodi, who came in for the injured Chibuzo Ekocha in the front line. The Solution Boys should have taken the lead as early as at the 4th minute, as an unmarked Valentine Ugusa goal-bound effort was lacking in power to beat the Rice Boys shortstopper Wisdom Udom, who made an unconvincing save to cover his team's defensive naivety. That was about the only clear-cut chance from both ends as the half came to a crescendo. And 20 minutes into the second half, Abakaliki FC goalkeeper Udom denied Solutions Goodluck Obodi what should have been the cutting razor with a decent save. The Solution Boys goalkeeper Chinedu Nwabese kept his cool and composure, pulling off world-class double saves to deny Linus Christopher and substitute Joseph Oma in injury time as both sides shared the point. Solution FC will next face a Lagos-based Madiba FC in one of the upcoming match day 8 program of the ongoing 2024-2025 Nigeria National League season. And currently from the league log this morning, we hear that Solution FC are 4th on the log, and of course they're on the same points with Rovers FC, who are also with 11 points, same goal difference, but just based on alphabetical order, Rovers FC on top of Solution FC for the moment. So watch out for this Saturday. Solution FC taking on Madiba FC in one of the match day 8 programs of the ongoing Nigeria National League season, the NNL, the 2024 season. Let's tell you that a Turkish journalist has claimed that he was assaulted by Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen outside a nightclub in Istanbul, and that was on Thursday night. And the incident kicked off when poster reporter Torga Buzduman and some colleagues filmed Osimhen while he was leaving at the venue with a group of friends. And the Nigerian international is alleged to have reacted furiously after noticing the camera flashes are going off and approached Buzduman before trying to snap at his camera. Buzduman was then punched in the confrontation with Osimhen, who reportedly hurled insults at the journalists and offered them money to destroy the film. I filmed Osimhen at the door with 3 of my colleagues when the flashes went off. All hell broke loose, Buzduman said. He ran towards me screaming. He tried to take my camera away from me, but I didn't let him. The punch he threw hit me in the head. My right side still hurts, he said. He then started swearing. Then he offered to destroy the footage. I will give you money. When I refused, he threatened me by saying, I will ruin you. Aslan have yet to issue a statement on the matter as they prepare for the Super League, and they still were expected to take on Konyaspor, and that was at the weekend in the league. So Victor Osimhen in another trouble out there in Turkey. Let's see what the outcome of that one will be. Well, let's tell you that Leicester City manager Ruud van Nistelrooy has ruled out the possibility of selling Nigerian midfielder Wilfred Ndidi this month, despite interest from French Ligue 1 side AS Monaco. And speaking to the media, Van Nistelrooy insists that Ndidi, who signed a new 3-year contract with an option for a further year last summer after helping the Foxes secure Premier League promotion, remains crucial to the club's plans. No, of course not, Van Nistelrooy replied when asked if Ndidi could leave. Wilfred is a key player and a person in the squad and in the club, and I'm glad he is nearly there to help the team again. We know how much we have missed him, and we know we need him. Will is a key in the coming months, a key part of the team that can get us out of the situation. He stated the 28-year-old midfielder has been sidelined with a thigh injury since their 2-2 draw against Brighton and Hove Albion on December 8th and has missed the club's last 4 matches, which have all ended in defeat. Yes, Ruud van Nistelrooy revealed that Wilfred Ndidi, who has provided 4 assists in 15 Premier League appearances this season, could return to team training next week. We hear the players that we are available against Fulham are available at this moment for Spurs. Wilfred is making good progress in his rehabilitation. Hopefully, he can be a part of the team training at some point next week. He said Van Nistelrooy, who replaced Steve Cooper in November, has won just 2 over 10 games in all competitions, with one of them being a 6-2 FA Cup third round victory over Queen's Park Rangers in their match. And of course, that's the case of Wilfred. Indeed, as we hear, he's not leaving the King Power Stadium anytime soon, as confirmed by the manager. And we can equally tell you that Tottenham Hotspur took on Leicester City, and Leicester City went away from home and defeated Tottenham Hotspur by 2-1 in a continuation of the league. We'll give you the full bouquet of the results later on the sports. I'm sure it is Sports Splash on ABS TV. On the continent, let's tell you that the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has announced that Secretary General Veron Mosenge Omba that man is expected not to face a legal action, according to a report. This comes after an investigation by the Swiss Public Prosecutor's Office into payments made to bank accounts in European country. The DR Congo's Swiss football administrator insists that he was innocent and faced the Swiss prosecutor's office in the canton of Fribourg in November 2024, and CAF has now issued the following statement, making it known that Mosengo Omba will not face any action over the fraud allegation he faced. And moving away from that, still talking stories on the African scene, let's tell you that Ghana International, Yor Yeboah, has transferred to Los Angeles Football Club, LAFC, from fellow Major League Soccer MLS side Columbus Crew on a free transfer. The defender, midfielder, has joined the LAFC, and that's on a 2-year contract through 2026 with an option for 2027, and he will play alongside the 2018 FIFA World Cup winner with France, Olivier Giroud. We hear Yeboah won the MLS Cup in 2023 and the Leagues Cup in 2024 with Crew, and helped the team finish second in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup. Yor is a dynamic and versatile player with MLS experience and success with qualities that fit with our team. LAFC co-president and general manager John Torrington said, "We are looking forward to welcoming Yor and his family to LA and are confident he will help achieve our ongoing goal of winning trophies." A left-footed player, Yeboah has been deployed as a winger and attacking midfielder at wing back. The 27-year-old has played 4 times for Ghana's Black Stars, we hear, but right now he has completed his move to another club out there in the Major League Soccer in the United States of America. Let's go for a short break on Sports Splash. When we come back, we'll go to other sports stories. We'll have athletics news, Formula One, and then we'll tell you what went down as the first Grand Slam of the year in tennis, the Australian Open, has come to a crescendo. We'll have the results of that, and then league fixtures or league matches results across Western Europe, also featuring on Sports Splash, and that's on the second half of the show. We'll be right back. Back to the show. It is still Sports Splash on ABS TV. The first one for the week is a brand new Monday, and thank you very much for being here. In the first half, we told you that Dynamic Sports Academy is set to have a 6-day screening exercise at the Nehru Stadium, Nanka, and players over 15 to 20 years are expected to be there. There are 6 clubs are invited, and of course, it's a program that will last for 6 days for players of age 15 to 20 in preparation for their own summer camp, which we hear that the players selected will have opportunity to be in Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and of course Spain. So watching out for that one. We equally told you that in the first half, the Solution FC went away and got a valuable point against the Abakaliki FC in one of the match day 7 programs of the Nigerian National League, the NNL, the 2024-2025 season. We equally told you about Victor Osimhen and also told you about Wilfred Ndidi extending a contract out there at the King Power Stadium and lots of other stories. We equally told you about Yoye Boa out there, the Ghanaian, how he has moved from one club to another and is expected to play for the Los Angeles team out there. And now let's move on to the world of Formula One. In Formula One motorsports, Formula One drivers are faced race bans if they repeatedly swear or criticize the sports governing body under new rules are introduced this year. Changes to the FIA sporting code for the 2025 season codify the steps to a potential race ban for drivers deemed guilty of such offenses we hear. That means that if a driver commits 3 such offenses, they are at risk of a month suspension plus deduction of a championship point. The Grand Prix Drivers Association, GPDA, said it had no comment on that matter for the time being. One source said it was pushed through on a snap-e vote with no consultation with other stakeholders or the GPDA and the FIA's own drivers commission. Another said it was not right to act in this way and questioned why this could have been scheduled for discussion. This could not have been scheduled for discussion at the end, the next meeting of the World Motorsports Council, the WMSC. The changes mark the latest in a series of moves by the FIA, which have been seen as attempts to stifle dissent or criticism of Ben Sulayem. And the most recent was a set of changes to the FIA statutes that opponents have said would reduce accountability at the FIA, which were introduced in December at the end of a year in which a series of allegations had been made about the conduct of Ben Sulayem. And they come less than 2 months after the GPDA director George Russell, the Mercedes Formula One driver, said he and his colleagues were a bit fed up with the FIA leadership. The changes for this year define heavy fines and a rising sequence of punishment for drivers guilty of breaching the sports code. FIA drivers and others in top-level championships such as World Rallying, World Endurance, and Formula E are subject to fines 4 times the standard amount we hear. For international level drivers, a first offense is punishable by 40,000 euros. That's about 33,800 pounds fine, and a second offense by 80,000 euros and a suspended 1 month suspension from competition, while a third offense by 120,000 euros fine and a 1 month suspension. The penalties apply to all FIA license holders, which could include FI team principals we hear. An FIA spokesperson said that the changes were an attempt to further enhance transparency and consistency in decision-making in the motorsports of Formula One. So a change is being made to caution players and to caution drivers, I should say, about their conduct on the track. Moving away from that, now in the world of athletics, Olympic 800 meters gold medalist Kelly Hodgkinson has been voted the 2024 Sunday Times Sportswoman of the Year. The 22-year-old ended her wait for a global title with victory at the Olympic Games in Paris last month and won the BBC Sports Personality of the Year, and that was in December 2024. Hodgkinson also retained her European 800 meters titles and became the 6th fastest woman of all time when she improved her British record to 1 minute 54.61 seconds at the London Diamond League. Hodgkinson follows last year's winner England goalkeeper Mary Eaps, athlete Elisha McColgan, and tennis player Emma Raducanu, who won in 2021. The shortlist for the 2024 award was dominated by Olympic medal winners, with Hodgkinson scooping it ahead of a 1,500 meters runner Georgia Bell, show jumper Laura Collette, cyclist Emma Finukane, heptathlete Katarina Johnson Thompson, and also trampoline gymnast. I'm talking about Bryony Page, shooter Baruta, and Paralympic cycling great Sarah Story. Elsewhere, diver Andrew Spendolini Siriex was named the newspaper's Young Sportswoman of the Year after she won bronze in Paris, and Story picked up the Disability Sportswoman of the Year after she added 2 more golds to her medal collection at the Paralympic Games. And rollers Lauren Henry and Lola Anderson, Georgina Brescio, and Hannah Scott won the Team of the Year for their dramatic victory in the women's quadruple sculls at Paris 2024. And then we can tell you that ultra runner Jasmine Paris won the Helen Rollassin Award for Inspiration, while retired PE teacher and cycling enthusiast Val French won the Grassroots Sportswoman of the Year, talking about that award. Now to the world of tennis. You ask for it, you get it. Let's tell you that Yannick Sinner underlined why he is the world's best men's player by winning back-to-back Australian Open titles with a merciless victory over Alexander Zverev, and the Italian top seed Sinner delivered in the decisive moment to secure a 6-3, 7-6, 6-3 win over second seed Zverev, despite an ongoing doping case hanging over him. Yannick Sinner has been able to block out the noise to claim a 3rd Grand Slam title, and after sealing victory with a composed cross-court winner on the first match point, the 23-year-old calmly raised his hands into the air before walking over to celebrate with his team. Sinner did not face a single break point against Germany's Zverev and dropped just 2 sets during his run at Melbourne Park. And the straight set win was a demonstration of Sinner's relentless baseline game, physical power, and mental steadiness. And Zverev, 27 years of age, did not have the tools to break him down and became increasingly frustrated as a result. Zverev becomes the 6th man in the Open era to lose his first 3 Grand Slam finals, having also been beaten at the 2020 US Open and the 2024 French Open showpiece. And Alexander Zverev, not a good one for him. He has to go back and look at what's affecting his performance whenever he gets to the finals. Being in the finals of the Aussies Open 3 times and losing, and also he's been in the finals of the US Open and also in the finals of the French Open. It's not a good story for that man, Alexander Zverev, the German tennis player. Still talking about the Australian Open, the Grand Slam of the year. Like we tell you that there are usually 4 Grand Slams in the year. We have Australian Open, which happens in the month of January. We have the French Open, which comes up in the month of March. And then you talk about Wimbledon, which comes around the month of June, July. And then the last one for the year, which is usually the US Open, happens in the month of August or September. And still talking about the Australian Open, American underdog Madison Keys finally got her hands on a Grand Slam trophy after holding off a defending champion Aryna Sabalenka to win the Australian Open women's title. Keys playing her 2nd major final and first for more than 7 years, overcame the world number 1 6-3, 2-6-7-5. Only 3 other women have been older than the 29-year-old Keys when winning their first Grand Slam title. Keys seeded 19th in Melbourne, clapped her hand in amazement before sharing an emotional hug with husband and coach Bjorn Franangelo. Belarus Sabalenka, 25 years of age, had been attempting to claim a rare 3rd successive victory at the opening major of the season. And after Kiza secured a victory, Sabalenka warmly hugged her opponent at the net before her mood quickly soured. She smashed the racket, then covered her head with a towel before walking off the court. We hear, and when she returned a few minutes later, she received a warm ovation from the 15,000 fans at the Rod Laver Arena. And next time is another opportunity for her to win that. But Sabalenka did a whole lot, but Madison Keys was better on the day, and we say congratulations to her. So Yannick Sinner winning the men's title, and Madison Keys winning the women's title. We are done for the Australian Open, and next up, that should be in 2 months' time, should be the second Grand Slam of the year in tennis. That's the French Open, fondly known as the Roland Garros. But before then, we'll have the ATPs and the WTAs, a sandwich between them. To football, Manchester United winger Anthony has joined La Liga side Real Betis on loan until the end of the season. The 24-year-old Brazilian signed for United from Ajax Amsterdam in August 2020 for £81.3 million, the second most expensive player in the club's history behind Paul Pogba. He has scored 12 goals in 96 appearances for United, but has only scored once in the Premier League since the month of April 2023. United sources have said the deal is covering a minimum of 84% of Anthony's salary, which is over £100,000 per week. He remains under contract at Old Trafford until 2027. Anthony started brightly under former United manager Erik ten Hag, also his previous boss at Ajax, by scoring 3 goals in his opening 3 league games. However, after failing to live up to his transfer fee, Anthony has struggled for first-team opportunities, and this season has featured in just 13 United's 33 games in all competitions, and that's why he has moved to Real Betis to see if he can get pastures anew and maybe improve his play and see if he can run down his deal, which comes to an end at United, and that should be in summer of 20 to 27. And now to results of matches before we go. In the French Ligue, we'll have it that Nice defeated Marseille by 2-0. Lens saw off Angers by 1-0. Nantes played out a 1-1 draw against Lyon. In their backyard, it was Toulouse losing 1-2 to Montpellier at home. Le Havre 0 and Brest 1. PSG the Parc des Princes played out a 1-1 draw against Reims. Elsewhere was Strasbourg 2, Leo Lux Metropole 1. At AS Monaco, the Principality Club defeated Rennes by 3-2, and Auxerre played out a 1-1 draw against Saint-Etienne. We move to Germany, the Bundesliga. St. Pauli destroyed Union Berlin by 3-0. Elsewhere was Hoffenheim 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 2. Borussia Mönchengladbach ran out winners, 3-0 winners against VfL Bochum. Augsburg 2, FC Heidenheim 1. Borussia Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park played out a 2-2 draw against Werder Bremen. Elsewhere, it was Freiburg 1, Bayern Munich 2. And Mainz 05 defeated VfB Stuttgart by 2-0. RB Leipzig played out a 2-2 draw against Bayer Leverkusen. Wolfsburg 2, Holstein Kiel 2. In Italy, there are 2 matches for tonight. Venezia is expected to take on Hellas Verona, and Genoa is at home to Monza. Lazio at the Stadio Olimpico lost 1-2 to Fiorentina, and that was on Sunday. It was Lecce 0, Inter Milan 4, Udinese 1, AS Roma 2. AC Milan defeated Parma by 3-2. Empoli 1, Bologna 1, and of course Napoli defeated Juventus by 2-1. Como 1, Atalanta 2, and Torino defeated Cagliari by 2-0. In Spain, there's a match for tonight. Deportivo Alaves will take on Celta Vigo. Barcelona humiliated Valencia 7-1. It ended in favor of Barcelona. Athletic Club 0, Leganés 0, Real Sociedad 0, Getafe 3. Rayo Vallecano defeated Girona by 2-1. Real Valladolid 0, Real Madrid 3. Elsewhere, Sevilla at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan failed to defeat Espanyol. It ended 1-0. Elsewhere at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, Atletico Madrid played out a 1-0 draw against Villarreal. It was Real Mallorca 0, Real Betis 1, Las Palmas 1, Osasuna 1. England, now we go to the Premier League. Fulham lost 0-1 to Manchester United. Aston Villa 1, West Ham United 1. And Crystal Palace lost at home to Brentford 1-2. It ended Tottenham Hotspur 1, Leicester City 2. Manchester City defeated Chelsea by 3-1. Chelsea scoring first in that game. Bournemouth saw off Nottingham Forest by 5-0 in form Bournemouth right now. And Brighton 0, Everton 1. Yes, Everton picking up the form now, late in the second half of the season, going away to Brighton and Hove Albion, beating them 1-0. Liverpool defeated Ipswich Town by 4-1. It was Southampton 1, Newcastle United 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Arsenal 1. Arsenal returning and bouncing back despite the controversial red card against Lewis Kelly. And then there was also another red card. And of course, both sides down. Arsenal capitalized and Ricardo Calafiori scoring about 70th minute to ensure Arsenal kept the gap close and the chase for the league trophy against Liverpool down. So that's how it went down in the Premier League and the various leagues in Europe. That's the size of the program for this Monday. Thank you very much for being here for Sports Splash. We'll continue on Tuesday down to Saturday, the concluding one for Sports Splash. The name is Ike Nwokede. Like we usually say, keep sporting and have a lovely week. Bye-bye now.